Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into episode number 16 of Playing with House Money present the Soccer Gambling Cognoscenti. I am head of the SGC Ice, and this guy right here is my consigliere, DJ Prue, the live bet king. How are you doing today, my guy?
I'm glad that we're talking about soccer right now, my guy. That's what I'll tell you. Because it's been rough, But thank God for the SGC, and I'm obviously happy to be here.
Yeah. As always, we cashed a nice little, we were just talking about that off air, we cashed a nice little free play that was put out last week, our MLS one. You stopped me on I remember the Playing with House Money show last week. I went to give out the MLS play.
Yes.
We got halfway through it. We got one game through, both teams to score in the Cincinnati game, which shout out to Minnesota United. They literally scored with the last kick of the game.
I was going to say that was the last second one, right?
Yeah, and that was the first leg, and then everything else rocked in. Miami, 15 minutes, 2 goals. We knew that was why they were in there. We normally fade them, but when they're at home, in a game like that, it's a bit silly to fade them.
That match was...
and then everything, the Chicago Fire. I did think at a point that I was like, I'm relying on a Chicago team to score a goal for me here. And showdown Shaqiri, shout out Shaqiri, the boy, enter Shaqiri. Cashed that before halftime, and then my boys, the Portland Timbers.
I think it's so funny that because you know me, that you're already nervous about relying on the Chicago team, and it's not even half.
I already didn't like Chicago Fire. They just frustrated me. They frustrated me before I even knew you. But the fact that it's you, and then there's a couple of the guys in the Discord that is, David, the $1 parlay king he's a Chicago Fire fan. I'm like, no.
I didn't know that. I did not know that. And it's funny because I've lived here my whole life. I don't know a single Fire fan, to be honest with you. They've been disappointing everybody for decades, I feel like. Chicago is cursed as a whole with sports. So it's always a risky play. So
seemingly, it came through, and it was plus 619, plus 618 that cashed for everyone. Not just, like I said, wasn't just in the Discord. I posted it on Twitter as well for the world to see.
I was going to say, so even if they didn't get it watching the SGC or sorry, no, they couldn't get it because we didn't put it on there. We did it specifically because of that. I remember now. But Ice, being who he is, didn't only just give it to the Discord. He put it out on Twitter for free. So you could have got it there. You could have got it, just being in the Discord too. So I don't feel bad at all. And
no,
it shows why we can't be still giving sometimes, everyone, everything costs. So I hope everybody did hit that though. That was lovely, especially the way it played out.
Yeah. This afternoon, I just said that sometimes we don't fade into Miami. I will get back to it. Defensively, they do look a bit shaky. They always did. That's why we fade them. We're not. When I fade into Miami, people I guess think but they've got Messi. Do you just they're gonna score goals, but they're terrible defensively. The fact that they have Lionel Messi in their team does not make up for the fact that their defenders can't defend.
Yeah, so, I didn't know that people question you on why. I didn't know people question you as to why. Anybody that does didn't watch the way that they played last year once he was there, and they don't watch the games now.
It's it, and it's still you see them now go out and they score 4 goals in the first half, whatnot, and it's they're going to win. No, they're not going to. They might win it, but they're going to do it the way that Barcelona used to do it, which was winning games 4-3. And I'm going to cash the opposition scoring 3 goals every week.
And I was just going to say that's the first thing I noticed when we say fade Barca, everybody thinks it's still Barca, and it's you're just not watching. We don't dislike these teams. We want everybody to score goals, as many as they can.
Yeah.
We're not putting our money on it, and we're putting our money on their opponents because they're giving up goals. So.
Which is funny because then as you already know, Barcelona actually are in my play for this afternoon to score goals because again, it gets to a certain point in the season when you can't just fade them every week. They're not going to lose, they're third in the table, right? They're not losing every week, but we know when to fade and when not. And today is one of them games when I will play the both teams to score, and I might have a sprinkle on Mallorca separately because again, I kind of now we're all the way down this road of fading Barcelona. I kind of probably have to take them because I'll be very annoyed if Mallorca score twice and I don't bet it. But
yeah, or you finally decide to bet on them and you get screwed because you knew you should have faded them.
Well, yeah,
but at the same time, you're a gambler, you're a great one, and you got to play the matchups.
Yeah. And we're playing the matchups. We're playing the fact here that again we're at that point of the season in European soccer where every game matters now. Like middle of the season, where we did a lot of the fading, where they were going out drawing 2-2, 3-3 in games. You're in the middle of the season. You're like, okay, we're still 10 points behind. There's a long way to go. We don't really have to put in 100%. We're focused on the Champions League, whatnot. Like there are no distractions. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Like before Christmas, now business end of the season, they are only 8 points behind. If what should be going on in that dressing room in Barcelona at Camp Nou is if we can catch Real Madrid this season, this could be the single greatest title that Barcelona have probably ever won.
Ever.
With the squad that they have, knowing it's one of the worst teams, certainly in my lifetime, but that they were how far behind they were, the fact that they're only 8 points behind, how bad we've seen them play defensively this year, and how much they're reliant on who is their talisman this year? Gundogan, the guy that they got from Man City that won everything in the Premier League and then went, I'm kind of just going to retire. I'm going to go to the south of Spain and just enjoy playing for this, for Barcelona, and just because it should be easy.
Yeah.
Like, they've got a bunch of young kids. So that's what should be being talked about, right? They are only 8 points behind. They find themselves playing against Mallorca, like I said, 15th in the league, don't really have anything to play for. They're basically safe. They're not going to qualify for Europe. They're not going to get relegated. Mallorca have nothing to play for at this point in the season, to be completely honest. I need Barcelona to score 2 goals. Friday afternoon, let's put the pressure on. They win the game. They're within 5 points of Real Madrid. Now Madrid, you've just qualified for the next round of the Champions League. You've still got that going on. Tough game against Red Bull Leipzig in Madrid that they ground out a 1-1 draw, scraped themselves through. So you've got eyes elsewhere.
Yeah.
Your eyes not 100% firmly fixed on La Liga. So they're playing Celta Vigo this weekend, which again should be Celta Vigo have a lot to play for to keep themselves in the league. So Real Madrid have a potential banana skin. Barcelona are going to want to put on as much pressure as they can, get the win. So we're taking them for 2 goals. We get great value on them to score twice, minus 186. You probably, at the start of the season, we're getting nowhere near minus 250 on Barcelona to score twice at home.
Yeah, no.
The books have caught on to that. We don't get such great value anymore on them conceding goals. And we also get better value on them scoring goals. So now I'm kind of, we switch to where the value is now in them scoring.
Of course. And I would say that even with the reasoning that you put behind like what they're playing for, this is even one of those games that they could be trying to blow the roof off the doors or off the car and, and really try to do it. We might even get some value at, hey, 2.5. I know you won't agree with me right now. You might sprinkle with me later on when we get a little closer, but yeah, I think that's going to be that attitude going into that game and 8 points, man. I mean, they can try to put up some goals and try to make a statement, go in and get some momentum going. That might be a big starter for them. So I don't hate
absolutely.
it.
And they need it. And they need it at this point, right? Like, because if they go into this game and they don't win, then there's a point where they're just going to write off their entire that's it game. Like right now they're still there. They can still close that gap.
They got young guys playing. That stuff matters. Momentum matters with young guys on the pitch. So
yeah, for sure. And talking of momentum matters. Trying to again, we have another team in third place in their respective league, Leeds United, in the English Championship. Yeah. They are in third. They are only 5 points off of Leicester who are top. Ipswich have come out of nowhere recently and jumped both Leeds and Southampton into second place on the back of best form team in the league right now, Ipswich, making a real run for the title. They played on Tuesday night, I think, same night as the Champions League, and they were down 1-0. They were down 2-1, missed the penalty for 2-2, still managed to get the 3-2 victory and keep themselves in this championship hunt. So the championship is I've said this for a long time. It's probably the most competitive league in all of Europe, in my opinion. And that's just not just me being English about it. It really is. It's so much more competitive as a league than the Premier League as well. Because all of these sides, you could go down to probably 13th, maybe even 15th in that league. And on the day, any one of those sides can score 3 or 4 goals against any one of the other teams listed above.
They're playing with something, they still got that fight in them, man.
Yeah. I mean, even all the way down to 17th in this league is Blackburn, one of my favorite teams to bet on. They got Sami Samozadic that plays for them. I think that's how you say his name. He was plus 160 to score to score the other day, and the guy's one of the top goal scorers in the league. And I was like, what? And then I looked at the table and I'm like, oh, Plymouth and Blackburn down in 16th and 17th. I'm like, hang on a second, because they've been on a bad run.
Yeah,
they've not, and all it takes in this league is for you to string 3 or 4, as I've just said with Ipswich. Ipswich string 5 wins together. Now all of a sudden they're in second place.
Yep.
And it really, and that's what we're talking about with, what matters here is consistency, but also if you can get a nice head of steam going into these last 6 or 7 games, if you're one of these top, even if you're in the top 4, even if you go down to Southampton, have 11 games left.
Yeah, that could shake up that. Yeah, I would even say, how far is 5th out? That league's so close.
They're 5th are another 10 points behind Southampton. So that's a big. They're as far behind. They're as far below Southampton as Southampton are from Leicester at the top. So those league, top 4 separated by 11 points. It's all about who really has the consistency through the end of the season, and it could be any one of those 4.
And they have to score at least every game to really
every game, and that's it in this league. In this league, it is. So you have to score 2 because every team you're playing against is more than capable of scoring, and we're going to see that here because they're playing away at Sheffield Wednesday, who are actually in the relegation zone. They're 23rd out of 24. So people are going to look at this and go, well, Leeds are going to win this game hands down. And I'm like, but are they though?
There's going to be goals, but they do concede, but there's going to be goals. There's going to be goals. They always are in the game, and that's the craziest part.
When you talk about form teams in the league, if you actually looked at the form table, Sheffield Wednesday are actually 3rd.
Yeah, I was going to say they've been good lately. They've been scoring.
They've won 4 on the bounce.
See,
they're giving themselves a chance at survival.
I was going to say they don't want to die either. They don't want to get relegated.
They have a huge amount to play for. So you can never underestimate the fact that you've got 5 teams at the bottom of the table separated by 2 points, by literally 1 point.
Oh man,
5 and even further than that. Even like I said, even up to Plymouth in 16th, from 16th to 23rd, they are separated by 2 points.
Oh wow, that's going to shake down crazy.
So so every team in that bottom half is playing for something every single week.
Yeah.
So you can't. So both teams to score in this game. Sheffield Wednesday are at home, 4-game winning streak. Mm-hmm. Leeds playing away. Like we said, need the 2 goals. Need to at least 2 goals probably to win the game. Need to win the game. Both teams to score minus 130. You could play this over 2.5. Like you can with most, and I said this to someone in the Discord. If it's a championship game, you can take both teams to score. You can take over 2.5. I'm not going to argue with anything.
Depending on the matchup,
you could probably no, not really. You could probably take the entire league.
No, I'm saying like if it doesn't actually pan, if the both teams to score doesn't pan out, it's because the team won 3-0. It's like
exactly.
It's the goals are there.
The goals are there in this league, and so we're absolutely hoping for the same on Wednesday. And to round off the Friday, this afternoon's games. It's actually the first game this afternoon in Germany. It's Stuttgart at home against Union Berlin. And yes, I know I don't normally like betting on Union Berlin games, but Union Berlin games on a Friday have actually been okay to us.
Yeah,
we've hit two Gwen Stefani plays on a Friday for Union Berlin.
Yeah.
With old Mr. Benedict Hollerback.
Yeah. That's been a fire call too, just because you have so many Gwen Stefani references that you could use with it, and it doesn't just have to be Hollerback. But yeah, it's been awesome. But at the same time, I live in the moment, so I'm gonna let you be the boss though. I know the last time I tried to do this, you made me look stupid. So
Stuttgart have Gurusay back. He's back. So that makes a huge amount of difference. If it was Stuttgart without him, I'd probably leave them alone in this game. But with Gurusay, Gurusay is good for a goal a game on his own.
Yeah.
Again, they are only I didn't realize this when I put this together. Stuttgart are third in the Bundesliga. All of these teams are in third place today. Third place Fridays. They are only 4 points behind. I didn't realize that until right this second.
Hey, you're gonna make me make some bad decisions.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They're 4 points off of Bayern Munich. We know what Bayern Munich are struggling with right now in the league. They're 10 points behind Bayer Leverkusen. We know that. Like, we know Leverkusen should win the league from here. But that second place is huge for Stuttgart. If they can get second, again, they've a lot to play for.
Please tell me this comes out to plus 333.
What?
Please tell me this is going to come out to plus 333. That would be.
It might do. It might do by kickoff time. At the moment, it's plus 319.
Oh man, oh man, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
And yeah, I mean, at home, this is Stuttgart at home. Like, they're up there. Obviously, they're up. You could take them. They're up there with Bayern and Bayer Leverkusen as being one of the best homes. And again, they're actually the highest scorers at home.
Don't even mention Bayern. Leverkusen. Just say Leverkusen. All right.
Leverkusen. Sorry.
Frauds. Freaking frauds.
Yeah, I mean, Stuttgart, 13 goals in their last 5 games.
Love it. Holy hell. 13?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we love that.
Yeah, their last, home games, they've scored 2+ goals in 4 of their last 5 home games. Berlin aren't they're not bad defensively, but I mean, I think this Stuttgart team is just, again, it's just too much. I'm playing offense over defense here. Like, the defense is good, but the offense is better.
I was going to say pace. The pace of this game it's a good one. It's a good matchup.
Yeah. So, it's Stuttgart team total over 1.5. It's the Barca team total over 1.5. And then Sheffield Wednesday leads both teams to score, currently plus 319. It might, hopefully, it will work its way up to the plus 3.
I'm going to check everywhere. You people don't, anybody listening to this, I'm about to get on all of the books right now and check absolutely everywhere as close as I get to 333. Just because I like fun, superstitious shit like that. That won't matter. It's probably going to, it's ice. So I expect it to do well regardless. But, it would just be a little bit more fun to put $333 on a plus 333 with the 3 third place teams. So now I'm excited.
Yeah. And then, same as last week, Saturday, obviously, huge championship slate, Premier League, Bundesliga, MLS, all going on in the Discord. Jump in. That one play might make its way onto Twitter again. I have to run that back. Right, I'll have to run back an MLS play for Twitter. But
I'll tell everybody right now, if Ice does a free Twitter play on Saturday, I'll join him, and it won't even have to be live. I'll join him on a play that he hands out. We'll do a little duo cash for the free plays. But he is right to say, get your ass in the Discord, bro. The SGC is second to none. Get your ass in the Discord.
Sunday starts off pretty hot on Sunday. I had a tough time narrowing this down. There is a lot of good games on Sunday.
Good slate.
Yeah, it's a good slate on Sunday. We've got Liverpool Man City, going to be a huge game in the title race in Premier League, first v second. We'll probably do an SGP for that, not touching it other than that, because it could go either way. But early game in the Premier League, 9 a.m. Eastern. So not super early, not one of those where I always say don't play the early games because I don't want to do what Celtic did to me last week.
Yeah.
But it's the 9 a.m., so I will be awake to see the team news.
I was going to say, when you say that, it's 6:30.
Yeah, it's those games sometimes that are just when I'm waking up and it's already only 20 minutes to go. I can't do anything about it at that point. But yeah, we get Aston Villa versus Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no big deal. Just Spursies.
Yeah, exactly. Away from home. It doesn't mean it. That's it. But Aston Villa team total over 1.5. Done. Minus 146. Yes, please. All day, every day.
1,000%.
Ollie Watkins will probably score those two on his own.
Ollie!
Yeah, I mean it's fourth place versus fifth place, so I could go into the realms of why Spurs won't win this game because it actually means something. So,
and it won't be biased at all. There'll be truth to it. It's just going to sound biased, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's going to sound incredibly biased that whenever there is a game with something on the line, Spursy shows up. So yeah, I'll take Villa over 1.5 at minus 146, and I will take their over 2.5 at plus 240. Yes, please and thank you.
All day.
We're going to match that with the team we've just talked about, top of the league in Germany, Leverkusen.
Yes, sir.
At home, marching towards the title, taking on Wolfsburg away. I can tell you that Wolfsburg are terrible away. Doesn't really make a difference. Leverkusen, top of the league, continue to want to be top of the league.
Yeah.
Over 1.5 team total, minus 295, juiced to high heaven. But putting it in the 3 game parlay, taking the over 2.5 Leverkusen total with Villa over 2.5 for plus 661. 6 goals for plus 661, 3 each.
Yeah, in that slate.
Yeah, definitely playing that. And then sandwiched in the middle, we have a French game. Now, this is where we go complete. Normally, I focus my attentions more on the teams at the top of the league with stuff to play for. France is a tricky one, right? Because we know about PSG. We've talked about them a lot. This game that I'm actually picking here is the bottom 2 teams in the league playing each other.
Okay.
17th versus 18th.
Who wants it more?
Yeah, literally, who wants it more? Relegation 6-pointer, because there's a 6 point. If one team wins, it's a 6-point swing. You get 3 points, they don't get 3 points. They lose out on the 3 points. So this is Metz at home to Clermont, and Metz are coming off the back of a huge 2-0 victory away from home last weekend. With our boy, you're going to remember this guy's name. I'm going to absolutely butcher it because he's from Georgia. He's from the same place as Kvarat. He plays with Kvarat in the national team. George Mikadadze.
Oh God, yes, the boy. Hey,
he had some time. I'm very sure. At an Australian side and was in the A-League for a period of time and cashed some goals for us there. So he's on loan from Ajax. He's currently at Ajax. He went to Ajax.
Is he on loan? Because that should have been not recent, but you know what I mean.
So he's coming off the back of a great game against Nantes, scored the penalty, got an assist.
I was going to say he shoots the ends too.
Yeah, and they're at home, and therefore I'm going down the road of, the home being at home has a huge weight, a huge advantage in games like this. We can look at the form of both sides. They're both terrible. They're the two worst teams in the league. So there's no form behind saying, like I said, apart from Mets coming off the back of this 2-0 win last weekend, having some momentum going into this game. Mets team total over 1.5 is plus 144.
That's insane value for a team against Claremont.
They're playing the worst team in the league. It doesn't matter that they're the second worst team in the league.
Oh, because Claremont concedes
So that's where I'm going with this one. It is risky. There is obviously inherent risk with it because they've only scored a goal a game this season, Mets. But Claremont are conceding 2 goals a game on average. Like, that's where you're looking. When you're looking at form, it's like, okay, Claremont have conceded 8 goals in 4 games. Like, they're conceding against most teams. Mets have scored in every game against them that they've basically ever played in Mets, at least in recent history, as far as I can go back to 2003.
Once you started noticing, you probably went back a decade. You're talking about 2003.
Yeah, 20 in the last 20 years, every game that they have played in Mets have scored. Okay. So I'm taking plus 144 on them to do that twice.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of what's on the line here. And those 6 goals, Villa, Mets, Leverkusen, plus 450.
Love it.
And like I said, Leverkusen and Villa, I will stretch to over 2.5. I might play Mets straight on its own. I might play the degenerate threefold, all 3 to score 3. That's just a ridiculous thing.
Yeah, like the duo of the top 2 wouldn't be bad at all either. The boys have been back. Lev's been good to us
for sure. Yeah, but that's it. That's Sunday's play. But like I say, there is a huge roster of games on Sunday afternoon that kicks off with, like I say, Liverpool, Man City. You've got some big games in MLS on Sunday as well. You've got Nashville against Galaxy, Miami playing again on Sunday. So definitely a lot of 2-3 p.m. Sunday afternoon. A lot of games going on. We'll probably have a few SGPs and whatnot, parlays put together for that.
Love those. I love those Sundays because they don't happen often, like the afternoon Sundays. You know what I mean? It's usually a couple games.
Yeah. And this one's got the potential to be pretty decent, which is, again, we don't see that often. So,
that many matchups it's beautiful. I hope nobody misses out on that.
No. But, I mean, that's it. Hopefully we kick ourselves off with a lovely Friday afternoon, rolling into Saturday. If you want to join in, like I said, find us on Twitter at PW_housemoney, at Iceman_1013, at PruBaby10. Jump in the Discord, playing with house money. Links are in all the bios. Get in. Don't miss out tomorrow's action. We'll see you next Friday. Inviting you again, as always, to join us at the SGC.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'll be yelling at you to get here. So we'll see y'all then.